What do you think this is better? Let our viewers tell. Are you liking our light? Are you liking where we're standing at the moment? And can you hear us? But before that, Siddhant will be able to tell us if can hear us or not.
That's fine.
Yeah, much better. Now, why the comments not coming?
They will. Maybe.
Ad aa raha hai. So that means it's being monetized. That is a good thing.
Hmm.
It is fine. Better audio. So 158 is the target that West Indies have set. India, some good batting performances. Finally, Nicholas Pooran coming good after that high price that he was sold at the IPL auction. Didn't have a great ODI series, but has had a great start to the T20I series. And SRH must be happy at the moment. 10.75 crores they spent on Nicholas Pooran to get him.
10.75, yes.
10.75 crores. Anurag from joining us from
Your
Kathmandu
dear friend.
is always our
At
regular
least
watcher.
Nicholas Pooran has justified the amount of money that he was paid at the IPL auctions. But I think match here, because Rohit Sharma was also asked yesterday that, if all this this bidding process, this
Yeah.
auction process is a distraction to the players, he said that's over now. Let's get back to...
He said now it's time to look at men in blue.
Yes,
But
what-
his team is also men in blue.
Yes.
IPL team.
Mumbai Indians. So, as Nikhil said, 158 is what India needs to win this match. And today, of course, Ravi Bishnoi was handed his maiden international cap, and those twin wickets in that, 2 wickets in that 1 over may have changed the tide in India's favor. Because eventually, see, at one stage, I thought that they might just end up in the vicinity of 135 odd runs, but still, I think 158 they've managed. That should be pretty decent.
But how are you sending? How are you sending? Okay, Roman Powell is expected to be a big hitter, but Akil Hussain
Exactly.
ahead of Pollard, ahead of Odion Smith, who
No,
is
but who's responsible? Pollard is the captain.
Yes.
Why is he pushing himself down the order? Does he lack confidence to bat up the order? Or I couldn't get the logic.
only logic. I think, just in his defense, the only logic, which again I don't agree with, the only logic I think he must have done that is left-hander, Akil Hussain, because Pooran got out.
And no, Pooran.
Well, they were batting together.
Yeah,
They
Pooran
were
was
at a brief.
Pooran came one down.
Roman Powell got out in.
Exactly, but
he-
still,
yeah,
I don't
didn't make any
understand.
sense.
I still don't understand. So what Nikhil is trying to say, because two leg spinners were
Yes.
operating in tandem at that point in time, Ravi Bishnoi and Yuzi Chahal, and that is one of the reasons why he sent Akil Hussain there alongside Nicholas Pooran. But Indian spinners, they were equal to the task. You know, the amount of
Yeah.
googlies, the wrong ones, especially that Ravi Bishnoi bowled. I think majority of
Yeah.
his of the deliveries that he bowled were wrong ones. And Yuzi Chahal, of course, was I don't know what happens to Kyron Pollard when Yuzi Chahal is there. I think he's dismissed Pollard 5 times in T20 internationals, and Pollard hasn't faced Yuzi Chahal much, as in terms of innings I'm talking.
So that's why you think he didn't come out to bat?
Yes.
Well, maybe.
Yes, and Rohit was, see, Rohit's captaincy also. Rohit, we often say that he is somebody very calm. His approach is maybe a little laid back. He is actually very attacking, and we saw that in the 17th over, he had himself standing at slips for Pollard when Chahal was bowling. You don't see that so often, especially. And how many wickets they had lost by then? 5?
Yeah.
5 wickets.
No, and he knows what Pollard can do. He knows
yes.
Pollard very well. Same team when they play for the IPL. But today, let's talk about 2 standout players, and my eyes were on them. One, Ravi Bishnoi making his debut. So, many thought he should have been part of that T20 squad that went for the World Cup. But finally, he's showing that, that okay, sometimes IPL performances don't translate into international performances, but Bishnoi showed that his He's there. He's there to be playing international cricket. So him, I'm very impressed with.
Absolutely, and I think he just needs to develop and bowl those normal leg spinners
spins,
a
yeah.
lot more, and he might just become a better bowler. He's a
Yeah.
good bowler. That is exactly the reason why he's playing international cricket just a couple of years after playing that under 19 World Cup. So yes, mighty impressed. Although, and a lot of people are now comparing Yuzi Chahal with Bishnoi, but Chahal
Different bowlers,
exactly
different,
different bowler, and he brings with himself a lot of experience. And to be fair, he was a little unlucky also. First ball
Yeah.
that he bowled, Nicholas Puran could have been dismissed in the very same delivery.
Proved to be 6 runs.
exactly.
Yeah.
And who was the one who was fielding? I think long off it was, and Bishnoi, unfortunately. But still, it can actually damage or hit your confidence when Bishnoi would you call it a dropped catch or
No, misjudgment in
Yes.
terms of where he was
Yes,
standing. And
yes.
yeah.
But still he came back, picked a couple of wickets in the very same over, and by then I think and that changed the course of this game.
Rahul Mishra says, how do you see the pitch? He's watching us from Germany. Well, Rahul, I think, and we expected this. The pitch in Eden Gardens always helps seam bowlers, and we saw that kind of assistance being given to the seam bowlers. But also they went for a few runs. It was a good start. Again, Puran being in good form did that, and Deepak Chahar went for a few. Bhuvi also went for a few. But that's a backup, and I'm just extending that because VK18, is also asking us that question. Bhuvi's bowling. I think it's still a positive. I would take it as a positive. There was some bit of nip in his bowling when he started his spell, which is good because the biggest concern with Bhuvi, which I saw last time around, was that he was not 100%. His follow through wasn't great. There was just not that bite. At least today we saw that, so which is good, and I love the fact that Rohit Sharma is giving him an extended run. Maybe he's thinking it in terms of, okay, 2 T20I series, let's play him, let's take a final call on Bhuvi, but give him a fair run because he deserves that. So yeah, I think I liked it. I don't know what you made of his bowling.
See, if you have to, I'm sorry to use this word discard, if you have to discard somebody, and somebody with that kind of experience, that
stature.
Bhuvneshwar, exactly. And to be very honest, at one point in time, I used to think that Bhuvneshwar Kumar, and this is not too long ago, some years ago, I thought that Bhuvneshwar Kumar was
Best white ball,
exactly,
India's best.
not India's,
maybe world.
I used to think that he was one of the best in the world. But unfortunately, injuries, he's been injury prone. And with Bhuvneshwar Kumar, what I have seen is that every time he comes back, as in after a gap, he takes time to get into the groove. That is what I have observed, what I have noticed. And if you give him a good run, not that I'm saying that he's benched or injuries, but at times what happens, you're playing a 3-match T20 series, then you play a 4-match test series, so there is a gap. And Bhuvneshwar Kumar, as we know, he doesn't play test cricket anymore, or rather, I don't know, should we say that he doesn't play or he doesn't get selected?
There were unconfirmed reports, and even I spoke to some people at one point,
which he himself dismissed.
Yes, he dismissed
later. Although
yeah.
Your reports, what you are saying, I
It's
think
true.
is yes.
Were true. Absolutely. I'm telling you, not just one or two people, from many people, that at that time he wasn't keen. Again, I'm not blaming him. Maybe his fitness wasn't
Exactly.
at that level that he could play 5-day cricket, and so that's why he took a step back.
Exactly.
But yeah, he wasn't keen. See, I'm saying, okay, fine, let go of the red ball cricket. It's okay, so long as we can have the white ball Bhuvi back.
Right.
If you get that, I don't mind that switch, because anyway you got good fast bowling reserve. So fine if he doesn't want to play, but you need that white bowling Bhuvi back. And there was a comment here which I thought, since we're talking about Bhuvi, which was made by sorry, I've just forgotten, missed your name, Vanshika Mehra. Says Bhuvi looks very good in power play, but not the most effective in death overs, and this was his strength.
Yes.
He was outstanding with the new ball, brilliant in the death. In fact, sometimes you would use him more in the death than in the new ball.
True.
And I think while his new ball form slight, and we shouldn't be over optimistic and say, oh, he's back. No, you would want to see him.
Exactly.
Just as you shouldn't dismiss him that early, you shouldn't also say, oh, he's back. Today was slightly better, but yeah, if he can be that sort of a bowler who can bowl that Yorkers at will, have those slower balls, trouble everyone, then yeah, then he'll be truly back. But maybe slowly, gradually, I think.
And he's a very sharp mind. You know, people or bowlers, his contemporaries who've played
Yeah.
with him, they you know, if you speak to them, they will say that Bhuvneshwar Kumar is like a doctor. A doctor, you know, that is how he reads and analyzes his game or anybody's game.
Yeah.
But surgeries, especially for a fast bowler, any surgery, I think can be very detrimental to his career. We've seen that with Bhuvneshwar. I won't say detrimental, as in, you know, they're not the same bowler anymore, especially if at that stage, Bhuvneshwar Kumar is not getting younger. So he's had surgeries, he's had injuries. But for fast bowlers, if they, you know, if they've had a few surgeries, to come back once again with that same kind of, you know, if you're not the same bowler, we've seen that with Bhuvneshwar Kumar, we have seen that with even with Hardik Pandya, even you would remember Jasprit Bumrah, when he came back after a surgery, it took him time to get into the groove.
Yep, true. Agreed as far as that is. How much your due factor will be big, at least in Calcutta, I know it is always big. But India should be happy that they are, you know, batting. I don't know about the score. I think India would be favorite from here to win. It's still slightly below par scores. And the only worry I have, and this is what we discussed, that you've got Venkatesh Iyer at 6 and Deepak Chahar at 7. Yeah, that is not inspiring. So you're batting literally, I know I'm not discarding Venkatesh Iyer, I'm just saying he's untested at that batting position. So the confidence that you can have is only till number 5, where is Rishabh
And we
Pant?
don't even know how, and both these players that you're talking about, Venkatesh Iyer and Deepak Chahar, they both of them took a blow each
Yes,
on
on
their
the hand.
on their
Correct.
arms.
Yes.
So we'll have to see if they are fit enough to take the field. If that situation does come up that they have to bat. But you were happy with the 11 today?
No, I think the batting looks thin.
No,
This
but-
is not the right balance.
But you wanted, so then you would have had Shreyas Iyer.
I would have included a batsman.
But Nikhil, see, I think now.
But you're short of a bowler. So
Yes.
one way you could have done that is, I don't know, maybe bring in a Deepak Huda and then have a spinner out, and you know, that way. I don't know. There could be various combination. The other option I had, that maybe because Pant has had so much of cricket, maybe if you rested him, because if Kishan is going to open, he could be your wicket keeper, and then you bring in that batsman
But
who could be
that
a six
again,
bowling option.
wouldn't that have been a makeshift arrangement? Because see, as we see now, at least Rishabh Pant is a regular in that 11.
Yes,
So
he is. Yeah, makeshift. I agree, but I think also because Rohit mentioned that he'll do some sort of experiments now, which he is. If you take a look at it, like, you know, giving a Ravi Bishnoi a chance to see how he does. Venkatesh Iyer, we thought that experiment is done at number 6. No, it's not. They're going to play him there today. So,
Right.
so I think he's still trying a few things out, and I think these two series in West Indies and Sri Lanka could be those series.
And to be very honest, I don't know where Venkatesh Iyer's confidence would be at the moment. You know, he was part of the ODI squad. He was dropped. Then he got drafted in the T20 internationals. Today he didn't have a great day. You know, while fielding, got struck on his arm, and then it went for a boundary. And now, if you know, he comes in a situation where it's a little tricky at that point in time, I don't know how he will react to it. And yesterday also we were discussing, because a lot of people were saying, in fact they all had this very issue that you just pointed out, that you know, your batting, especially the lower middle order, looks a little brittle, and Shreyas Iyer can be. So the only worry was you just had 5 bowlers, just in case one bowler had an off day in the office. That could have been a little tricky. Then what happened today? I think in the penalty mate over, that Harshal Patel bowled, if I'm not wrong. Last over, who bowled the last over? Bhuvi or Harshal? Harshal.
Patel,
So penalty mate over that, I think Bhuvi bowled. Deepak Chahar was struck on his arm, and I don't know whether he would have been available to bowl or not the last over. So he just, you know, what Rohit Sharma did was that he got 1 over from Venkatesh Iyer. So eventually that helped. That helped, so that you had Bhuvneshwar Kumar or Harshal Patel to bowl that last over. Had it been Shreyas Iyer, maybe it could have been a little tricky at that point in
True.
time.
So plenty for India to think. The game has already started.
And Rohit is?
No, I don't think so. No, don't go by all comments that you say.
I'm not saying.
Yeah. So they're still batting. The openers are still out, and great start for Ravi Bishnoi. Nice to see that Bhuvneshwar Kumar did well. Vanshika, we've already spoken about the due
Yuzi
factor.
gave him his cap. Who gave?
Yuzi gave.
Yuzi Chahal.
And Yuzi were advising him during the game. Do this, do that to Bishnoi.
But I think majority of the suggestions and advice came from behind the stumps from
Yes,
Rishabh
yes,
Pant. He's very, very, very vocal.
Yeah. Even, by the way, Virat was giving some advice. I
From
think,
boundary?
Yeah. No, when he was
Okay.
fielding in close. I think it was at like slip at one time or slip, if I'm not mistaken, at one time. He was saying a few things.
So I think we can just
Wind up and see you at the end of the game. Thanks so much for joining us. Bye.